What's up guys, Jake Does Hurdles back at it again with another Pokemon Go video. In today's video we're going to be doing a PvP Rainbow Cup battle video, and it's going to be against many different opponents. And this first opponent is Pokemaster Bud. He's ranked sub 500 in the world, and I'm going to be leading with Venusaur against his Quagsire. And he's got to automatically get out of there because Venusaur is going to do super effective damage against Ivysaur. And right now we're in kind of like a neutral matchup, so I'm going to use Sludge Bomb, and then I'm going to get out of there and bring Charizard in right at the perfect time. So I'm not going to block this. But I do, I'm thinking not block it because it might have only been Power Whip, but I did block it because it was close to Sludge Bomb I was counting. So good block by me there, and I've wasted a shield, but he's down to 2 Pokemon already, so looking real good. Got a healthy Charizard, and he's probably going to bring in Quagsire, so that's fine. We're going to go for a Dragon Claw for the shield bait, as per usual. And he is going to not take the bait, so I'm going to go for hopefully another Dragon Claw. And I'm going to sacrifice Charizard here because his Grass type is already dead, and I know that I have Venusaur to take on this Quagsire. So Venusaur is going to do a ton of work, and I'm getting ready to switch to Quagsire already, and I'm not going to be able to switch, but I'm going to be able to get off that Sludge Bomb to force the shield. So I'm going to bring in Quagsire to take care of Charizard. If I get to 1 Stone Edge, I could burn his shield, and I'm not going to shield this because Blast Burn hurts, but it's not that bad, and Dragon Claw is definitely not going to do anything. It's going to chip at me, so I'm going to shield bait here with the Sludge Bomb, because I know I'll be able to get to a Stone Edge before he can get to anything that would kill me. It would have to be 2 Blast Burns, so I'm not going to shield this. I'm going to save my shield for Venusaur in the back if needed, and I'm going to be able to get to a Stone Edge here and kill him. So his Blast Burn was very effective. His attack must be through the roof, but I'm able to get him killed, and then I have Quagsire versus Venusaur, and I have 1 shield, so I'm basically going to take an easy GG in this first game. Definitely a good match by Pokemaster Bud, though. So, without further ado, let's hop into match number 2 against Pokemaster Bud. I'm going to be leading Raichu, and this is a Spark Raichu, but I've got a trade lined up for later today to get myself a Thundershock Raichu, and I cannot wait to use it because Raichu is a super good pick in this cup because you can shield bait so easily. So, get that Lapras out of there, and I'm going to bring in Charizard, which is going to do super effective damage against Exeggutor. I'm going to go for a Dragon Claw to shield bait. I don't think he's going to want to lose his Exeggutor, but he does. He sacrifices Exeggutor, so I get a win-win there. Don't waste my too much energy there. And I'm going to go for a Blast Burn here to hopefully bait a shield. And I think I shield here because I want to get a Blast Burn off, which is going to do pretty good damage because Lapras is an Ice Water type. So gonna force a shield from Pokemaster Bud. It was a good shield by him for sure. It would have knocked out at least probably a third of his Lapras. So I'm going to come in with a Wild Charge to hopefully draw another shield. And then I'm going to light up Lapras with some Sparks, jeez. Oh my god. And he's got no shields left, so I have Wild Charge ready for Beedrill. So he did a sacrificial swap, basically. And he's able to get a charge move off, which is X-Scissor, and that's perfectly fine because I have Venusaur, and Venusaur can basically farm a little bit off of Beedrill without taking much damage, and I have a shield ready for Lapras, so I'm expecting Ice Beam here, and he launches Ice Beam, so a good shield by me, obviously. It's the last one left, so I'm going to launch a Frenzy Plant and take a GG in the second game against Pokemaster Bud. So let's hop into match number 3 with Pokemaster Bud, and in this match I am going to be leading off with Raichu again because I love Raichu. I think it's a great lead, and I wish I had Thundershock on it, but like I said, later tonight, guys, gonna be getting Thundershock, so can't wait to try it out. And I'm going to basically farm up here until I get to almost a Wild Charge, and then I'm gonna bring in Fortress to basically tank everything that Venusaur has to offer and get myself another, or Ivysaur, sorry for that matter, get Ivysaur into a Switch Lock. And I don't know why he's not switching out because I'm gonna do super effective damage with that Bug Bite, and I'm not gonna shield anything with Fortress because I know that none of these attacks are really going to do anything to me. So I'm basically going to drown his Ivysaur without wasting any shields. And I probably could have shielded here to withstand a little bit. I got into the almost red here, but I think it's perfectly fine because I have an Earthquake ready for whatever comes in. And he's got a shield or else it's really going to hurt. And it's Lapras. So he's got a shield, and I'm going to see if I can get to a Heavy Slam here. But I'm going to go for an Earthquake. And I get it. So he's got a shield again, or that's going to do some pretty good damage. It does take off probably about 40% of his health. So I'm going to bring in a charged up Raichu with a Thunder Punch, see if I can bait that shield. And then I'm going to get that shield bait, so he's going to bring in his Venomoth, and I'm going to bring in Blastoise just to DPS it to death with this water gun. And I'm going to not waste a shield here just to see what Silver Wind will do to me. And it'll take off probably about 35% of my health, so it was actually a pretty decent amount. And I know he has no shields left, so I'm basically the victor here. So I'm going to get off an Ice Beam, and that's going to do some pretty good damage against his Venomoth, and he's got Lapras, but, we're both going to Water Gun each other, and I can't get my Hydro Cannon off, but it doesn't really matter because I have 2 shields on Raichu against Lapras in the back, and I'm going to do super effective damage with my Sparks and with my Thunder Punch when I get to it. So, GG's to Pokemaster Bud. Raichu is working out in all facets of the game. It works as a lead, works in the back, and I can't wait to do a special video on Raichu, so GG's. So let's hop into the 4th battle of today's video against Tanner, easily done 27, and he is going to be leading with Slowbro against my Raichu. So Raichu is going to do some super effective damage against the water type Slowbro, so he's got to get out of there, but he's also doing a lot of damage with that confusion. And he's going to bring in Ivysaur, and my Raichu's already weak, so I'm like, okay, I got to get it out of there. Get Charizard in there, but Raichu has a lot of energy stored up, and I'm not going to shield this because I didn't count very right. I thought he had a Power Whip, not Sludge Bomb, so I'm basically going to farm here and try to get Ivysaur killed. And I'm going to be able to hopefully have 2 Blast Burns, but I'm thinking it's more like 1.5. So I have 1 ready for whatever comes back in, and it's going to be Slowbro, obviously, to kill the Fire type. So he's not going to block that. So you can see it does about 50% of his health, maybe 40%. And I'm going to go for Dragon Claw for Shield Bait, and he takes the bait because he doesn't want to lose his Slowbro, and I'm perfectly fine sacrificing Charizard after that. So I'm going to bring back in my Raichu because Venusaur would not be very good against Slowbro because of the Ice Beam and because of the confusion using against Venusaur's poison typing. So he's going to sacrifice his Slowbro, and I've got a Wild Charge ready for Quag, and I think he knows at this point that I have Venusaur in the back because he knows that because I switch him in and bring in Venusaur. So he's not really feeling pretty good right now, and I have no shields left, but whatever he has isn't going to hurt that bad. Earthquake's going to hurt, but I mean it hurts that bad, but it's not gonna KO me. So GG's to Tanner in the first game. So match number 2 against Tanner. I'm going to be leading with Blastoise, and he's going to be leading with Electabuzz. And I haven't seen him use Electabuzz yet, so I'm going to see how it works. He's got Thunder Shock, so that's going to hurt a little bit. But Water Gun is doing very decent damage against his Electabuzz. So I'm going to bring out Fortress to basically tank it a little bit. So I'm gonna do some Bug Bites, and I know that Thunder Punch is going to hurt a lot. So I'm just basically going to kind of sacrifice Fortress and hope that he brings in something that I can do damage against. So I'm going to use Earthquake against Quag here, which is going to do very, very good damage against Quagsire. So I'm going to get him to lose his Quagsire pretty early here, almost. And I don't shield here. I sacrifice Fortress, a very good move. So I'm going to bring in Blastoise to take care of Quag. And I'm going to shield this because Stone Edge would take off a significant amount of my health. At least my 30%, and I need that for later because I know he still has a Fire type probably in the background. So I'm also going to shield this one because I like keeping Blastoise healthy, and I'm going to be able to take care of his Electabuzz with some Water Guns. But I'm going to switch to Raichu just in case, and he brings in his Ninetales. So I've got many moves charged up in the back with Blastoise, and I'm going to use a Thunder Punch, and he's going to block that one. And then I'm going to use another Thunder Punch here. And my guess is he's not going to block this to save a shield for Blastoise, and he does not. So he is going to basically GG himself because I'm bringing in a Thunder Punch here to his Ninetales, and that's almost going to kill him. And he's going to waste his energy on my Raichu because he knows he's going to die. And I'm going to use a Hydro Cannon as soon as I come with Blastoise. And Tanner said he's kind of getting used to Ninetales and Electabuzz, and I can definitely see that. But GG's in that one, Tanner. So let's hop into match number 3 against Tanner, and easily done 27 has always given me rambunctious leads, and he's going to lead with Ivysaur, and I have Venusaur, so we're in basically a neutral matchup. So going to go for the Sludge Bomb here, and I'm going to get to Sludge Bomb first, so I'm going to use it, and he's going to shield, so I'm going to switch out. I want to preserve that Venusaur for the back, and he's going to switch into Quagsire. So I know this is a decent matchup for me, actually, because I can do a lot of damage to my Blast Burns. And I think I might be able to get to 2 before we can get to Stone Edge. And I think this is going to be Sludge Bomb. But it's Stone Edge, so very good block by me. And I'm going to go for another Blast Burn here, almost. But I go for Dragon Claw, probably out of panic. And I force a shield. So it's a very positive matchup for me. I'm going to shield again because I know I can knock him out with a Dragon Claw or Blast Burn. But I don't go for that, and I get a little bit greedy. But luckily, his Quag is basically done. And I'm going to bring Quag for the neutral matchup. And we've got 2 Pokemon left. And I was trying to get Venusaur in there, but it wouldn't let me, so that's fine. And I'm basically going to lose this matchup because Sludge Bomb is going to wreck me. And it's a shame that Niantic won't let me click, but Very good game to Tanner. It's not over yet, but he has Ninetales in the back, and now I definitely know that it is over. Frenzy play, it's not going to do anything, so GG's in that game, Tanner. So we're going to hop into a match against Tremor, and I'm going to be leading with Blastoise, and he's going to leading with Quagsire, and I think this is a very positive matchup for me because Blastoise's Water Gun is going to do very effective damage. Not very effective damage, but pretty good neutral damage against Quag because of that ground subtyping. So I'm going to go for an Ice Beam here against his Venusaur, and I don't think that he knows I have Ice Beam, so he does not block, so very good job by Blastoise in there. And I bring in Charizard, and Charizard literally kills it before he even comes in, so Charizard is basically a beast. Now you guys know he can kill things without even attacking them. So he's going to wait out Switch Clock here a little bit because he knows he's probably in trouble. And I'm going to shield here because I know I can do some pretty significant damage against Quagsire. I want to try to burn his shields before Venusaur gets in there. So I'm going to go for a Blast Burn here. And if he doesn't shield, then it's going to take off pretty good damage here, probably 30% of his health. And if he does shield, then he is going to waste his shield. So at this point, I'm like, okay, I think I'm going to go for it again. I know I can knock him out with at least a Dragon Claw or a Blast Burn, but I'm able to fast move him to death, so which is really good. And I'm going to have a Blast Burn ready for whatever comes in. It's going to be Ninetales, so this is going to do pretty good neutral damage to Ninetales. Looks like about 35% of his health, so I'm going to bring in Blastoise to basically tank him, and I believe he doesn't shield here just because he's conceding, so he had 2 shields left, but he didn't use them throughout the match, so he probably should use it on Venusaur, but GG's in that first game, Tremor. So let's hop into match number 2 against Tremor, and I'm going to be leading with Quagsire, and he's going to be leading with Fortress. So in this matchup, I kind of want to get out because I want to preserve my Quag for the back. I'm hoping for a Fire lead here, but I get a Bug lead, and that Bug Bite is going to hurt a little bit. So I'm going to bring in Charizard, and I'm going to be going for a Dragon Claw to bait his shield for whatever comes in, because I knew he was going to get out of there to save his Fortress, and he fell for the bait, so he's down 1 shield already, and at this point, I'm going to not shield because I'm fine with what Charizard did, but he Sludge Bombed me, and it was a great shield bait, but I didn't fall for it, so I'm basically going to charge up a ton of energy and go for Dragon Claws. You can see I was spamming it right there, and I didn't get to it, so it's going to force me to use this Dragon Claw because I kind of did get to it, but it wouldn't let me get it first because of charge move priority, I think. I don't know. And then I'm going to go for a Blast Burn to hopefully do some damage or draw his second shield, and I'm going to draw a second shield to Charizard. Job well done at basically being a tank, and I'm going to save him for the back. I'm going to bring in Quagsire to do some damage with this Sludge Bomb, a little bit of chip damage. And I know that I can take whatever he has unless it's Earthquake, and he uses Stone Edge, which is perfectly fine. It only knocks out about 20% of my health, so I'm good with that. And I've got a Stone Edge ready for whatever comes in. I'm expecting a Grass type, so I've got the Sludge Bomb ready, and that's going to do some pretty decent damage, take off about 40% of his health, and I'm hopefully going to get to another Sludge Bomb, but I cannot, but that's perfectly fine because I have Charizard in the back ready to go with a Blast Burn, and I go for Dragon Claw because I thought that he might get a Power-Up off against me, so, or not Power-Up, a Frenzy Plant for that matter, and he's got this Fortress here, and I have to shield here because I need to do as much damage as possible, so I go for a Dragon Claw, because I know that Venusaur probably cannot take Fortress on, even with that low health I probably can, but GG's to Tremor in that match. So we're going to hop into the final battle of the Rainbow Cup videos today, and I'm going to be leading with Blastoise, and he's going to be leading with Quagsire. So Blastoise is going to be doing very good damage with that Water Gun, so I'm basically going to farm up, and use an Ice Beam. So I believe he's learning from his mistakes, and he's going to use his shield there. So very good, and I get Raichu in there. For some reason, I don't swap in Fortress. We're not going to talk about it, guys. And then I swap in Fortress. It's sort of a misclick, more like me being dumb. So it's a very good situation for me. I'm basically just going to farm hardcore, and he's going to use his Frenzy Plants, and he's going to use his Sludge Bombs. But they're not going to do that much damage. So I'm basically going to farm up and get an Earthquake ready for whatever comes in to have a latch-stitch effort. And I'm going to Shield Bait here with Heavy Slam, and he does not fall for it. So I'm going to switch into Blastoise, who has a Hydro Cannon ready. So he is going to shield here, and I'm going to be able to get against Quagsire. So I'm going to block whatever he has coming in, and I'm going to go for a Hydro Cannon here with no shields left on the Quagsire. So he's got Charizard coming in with no shields, so it's basically a GG for me, and I'm going to block this because I don't want to lose my Blastoise, and it's going to be GG even though I misclicked. As always, guys, thanks for watching. Hope you guys like this video. If you guys want anything specifically, put it in the comments. As always, like and subscribe if you're new to the channel, and I look forward to making the next video.